Good morning, everybody. Danny from Deep South Homestead again, out at the cabin garden. Yes, it's cold again in the 30s. Beginning to wonder if it's ever going to go away, but nevertheless, it's right at daybreak. We've got a lot of things that need to get done today. One thing is, we have a part of our garden here that last October we planted some of our Irish potatoes just as an experiment to see if we could grow anything during the winter months. Now, these come out of the cellar that we had down there. They were starting to put little eyes on them. In our heat, we virtually cannot store anything all winter long in the cellar because it just doesn't stay cold enough during the summer months when we put things up to make it through the winter without starting to sprout. So we planted some of the potatoes over here, like I said, as an experiment to see how it would do. Now, they came up beautifully, and then came the freezes. Well, Wanda came over here, I think it was like 4 different times, and cut them off, and they would always come back. Well, this last time, the freeze got in here on us, and we have so much going on, we did not get over here to get them cut off, and they froze back into the ground. And, well, they didn't come back this time. So what Wanda and I are going to do is we're going to take over here this morning, we're going to take our middle splitter, and we're going to go down through this row and a half here, and we're just going to see, was it really worth it? We dug a few new potatoes during the winter when we did the rocket stove and different things like that. We come and dug a few just to have a few potatoes to cook with that. But guys, I don't know. We're on a venture trying to figure out if we can actually keep our potatoes all year long here. That's a struggle in the South because our temperature just does not stay cold enough. We have finished taking the tractor and digging these up. You can see the ground behind me is kind of plowed up a little bit there. Now, we probably missed a few. Now, don't get me wrong. With a tractor, you never get them all like you do when you're hand digging. But we've got probably 10 pounds of potatoes there, if I had to guess by the weight of it. Now, none of them are really big. They're just good boiling potatoes to put in some green beans or something like that. So it is possible to grow potatoes in the winter months down in the Deep South. Are you going to get a big harvest? The answer is probably no, because you have to keep cutting them off. But is it worth it? If you've got a small place that you're not really doing anything else and you can protect it, I would say go for it. But like Wanda and I out in the garden out here where we don't really have any way to protect them, and it gets down in the teens, you know, we have to keep cutting them off. Now, will I do this again? Probably not in an open field. I'll probably do it inside the greenhouse where I can control the temperature a little bit better through the winter months so we can have some potatoes to keep our harvest going. That's going to be one of the reasons for the greenhouse, is to be able to do that. These are our potatoes. These potatoes here have acclimated, you know, to our climate. They made it through the winter months. I probably will keep these, and I may even replant some of them in the greenhouse just to keep our potatoes going. Now, from this point, I'm going to walk over in the other garden, and we're going to look at the ones that I talked about earlier in the video, and I'm going to show you what they look like. We won't know anything about whether they have potatoes under them until it comes time to harvest. But I do want to show you some of the plants of some of those that we went ahead and kept throughout the winter. Even though they got soft and wrinkly a little bit and we planted them, I want to show you that they are coming up and what they look like. And then later in the year, if you'll stay with us, we will show you the harvest of them and show you is it really worth it trying to save your seed potatoes in the Deep South. So let's go take a look. Okay, we're on the other side now. Look at this row right here. beautiful green potatoes. They're doing wonderful. Now, like I said, stay with us. We will look underneath them when it comes harvesting time. Now, there are some gaps between them, but the ground is cracking open and they're getting ready to pop through. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, this ground is starting to crack right here. Now, there's a potato coming out underneath that. If I lift it up, that potato, there's the roots on it right there. See those white roots? That potato's fixing to start coming through the ground. The ground's cracking right here. This one's fixing to start popping through. There's one by my knee right here doing the same thing. So it looks like, based on the number of plants we have up, we have 100% coming up so far from what we saved our own seed potatoes of. So we're going to find out if it's worth it here in the Deep South to save your seed potatoes. Yes, we are back in the garden again this morning, and Ms. Wanda and I've already did a row down the side here. Ms. Wanda's working on the other row here, getting ready to put a little fertilizer in the ground. Time to plant these green beans. Ms. Wanda is using this wonderful tool here from Hoss Tools called a batwing hoe. This thing works like a charm. If you don't want to take your row cover up, I'm telling you,
you can run right under the edge.
Right under the edge of that plastic and everything, and cuts that ground, breaks it up.
And then run down the middle.
Man, you can hoe around plants with these things, I'm telling you. This little hoe is fantastic.
Right in there.
You need to get in between the English peas. Look at here. This is our English peas, guys. Look at that down through there.
And you can get in there.
Woo.
They don't really need it, but
they ain't no weeds in here. Look at this.
They're pretty.
Planted with a Hoss tool planter. Y'all watched our video on that. Done a fantastic job. These things are really doing good. But guys, I'm fixing to get in here, get some fertilizer put down, get this covered up, and we fixing to plant contender bush green beans. Alright guys, we've got the contender green beans planted in between our rows of row cover there. The next thing we're fixing to do is plant the peaches and cream sweet corn that we got from Hoss Tool. We've never planted that here before. We're going to give it a shot and see how it does. Alright, we are now finished planting what we're going to plant at this time. We put one 60-foot row of gold prize yellow squash. That should be enough for us and probably the whole city I live in. But if they do, They're good. They're from Homestead Seed Company. It's a new squash for us to try here. We planted 4 rows of the peaches and cream sweet corn. Like I said, we've never grown that before. We're gonna give that a shot this year. It's supposed to be an early sweet corn for cooler temperatures. And then we've got 3 rows of the contender green beans that we've planted here. And we've got 2 more rows over on the hill by the cabin, so we've got plenty of green beans planted. And we've still got garden left here, guys. I'm not sure what we're gonna be planting here. Probably nothing right at the moment because it's still too cool. But you know, over to my right, we've got the blue potatoes. They're coming up just really good. We're excited about that. We also have the English peas behind us. We have 2 rows of those that are up about that tall. That's the little marbles, the variety we really like here. So guys, here at Deep South Homestead, our crops are coming along really well. Our Russian fingerling potatoes, up about this tall, beautiful. A lot of our other seed potatoes are just now starting to crack the ground we got from Hall's Tools, so we're excited about that. We're looking forward to how much we can actually produce toward our sustainability here at Deep South Homestead. So thank you guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge.
Wow.
Big old carrot, boy.
Start to put little hair roots.
Yeah.
It's time to get them.
Time to get them when they look like that. Okay. Out to the side. There we go.
Wow. And these are the corotas.
Yeah, Corota's nice, isn't it?
That's some nice carrots.
No. This one here is probably close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Some good carrots.
Yeah.
That one.
That.
Oh, it twisted. But it's still a good carrot.
Still a good carrot. This is a double one. Oh,
Good
God,
Lord,
look at that.
look, 4. Wow.
4 carrots off of 1.
That one was definitely different. Ah, that one went long instead of,
Yeah, get the tops out of there. Yeah, see how it kind of,
it pointed more.
yeah. Something's wrong with this one anyway.
Yeah, it's got to come up. Look at that. Now I've seen 2, but look,
Yeah.
3 and 4. That one behind it. Look at that one behind it.
Yeah.
The
It was just
decent
laying there.
carrot. Wow.
Yeah. Another 9.
Nice. Gonna get
Beautiful.
this one over here. The leaves is dead on it. Right there.
Might get it broke loose, like pulling a tooth.
Look at that.
Look at that. Ain't even hardly got no top on it.
The top was dying on it.
Top had done started dying. Look how they blunt on the end.
Some of them, but some of them weren't.
Yeah. Look at that.
Isn't that awesome?
Let's take my finger and run around the tops of them.
There's
You
one.
can't necessarily go by the size of the plant.
No, look at this.
Look at that. Woo! That carrot's like it's been in a refrigerator. It's ice cold. Guys, this is what you don't want to have happen here. Your carrots are growing so fast and it's dry, and then all of a sudden it rains. It's a lot like tomatoes whenever they split. But look at this. When you see this, you know they done been in the ground too long. So we know it's time to harvest. We're gonna get all these off of here. We'll cut some parts of this up and still keep it. It's still good.
I mean, these are some nice carrots. Awesome. These are corotas. And I mean, look at the size around of them.
These are huge, aren't they?
Look at this. They're not real long, but they're huge. They're beautiful carrots. I've got enough. I'm going to go in and do a canner, but look at this, guys. We ain't made a dent.
We ain't even touched that bed. I mean, you can't even tell we took anything out of it. Wow.
And I've got enough here
Wanda's got enough here just thinning them out.
to go do a...
I mean, I'm gonna look just so they get a real view of it. Hold one of them in your hand. Look Look at that, guy. That's the size of those carrots. Those things are 1.5 inches in diameter, or better. Some of them's closer to 2 inches in diameter. Look. That's just huge.
And I've got long hands.
Yeah, she's got long hands like me. Look at these things. They are just whoppers. They're bigger, put it this way, they're as big as a banana.
Yes, at the base
At the base there, they're the same size as a big banana.
And they don't taper that much.
No.
They're pretty good size all the way down, and most of them are blunt. You've got a few that are pointed, but the average are blunt.
They're all blunted on the ends, yeah.
So I like this carrot.
I love it. The
This is going to be
Carota.
our winter carrot from now on.
Yeah, we'll be planting the Carota from this point forward. Yeah. Okay, guys, here we are up on the porch. Now, this is the Carotas. I want y'all to look at them. Look at this right here. This is the Carotas. These are the other carrots we have here. These are the Hoss tool. Not sure about the yellow variety. I think one of them's called a Valeris, and
these are, and this is the yellow something gold.
Yeah.
Something gold. They just haven't filled out as fast as these.
The blight hit them.
Yeah, and the tops.
Look at the tops on them is starting to die. The blights hit them.
Now these, look.
These are just big, beautiful tops. I mean, they have a little yellow on them because they're so thick.
Yeah, but these,
something happened to them, and they started, something started just withering the leaves off of them. They're just stems left sticking up. So Wanda went ahead and pulled some of them, and they're going to be good in canning carrots.
But they're tiny.
But they're little compared to the Carotas.
So I know the Carotas are winter carrot. We done figured that out.
For winter growing, that will be our carrot here. Yeah. Because they all got the same treatment. They all got the same fertilize. They all got the same everything. Nothing was different.